Hi. I decided to write a script for my Starseed Awakening. So since a child, I always could see things differently. I was always aware. I never really felt it connected here. I always felt that my mind was connected to a higher ground because I could understand everybody's way of thinking. I never had judgment. I never had anger. I always could manifest everything that was like job, payment. Everything was very easy for me when I really connected to myself. But I never understood. I never knew until the age of 29 about constellation, about other planets. I always thought Earth is Earth and that's it. But I always was a wonder, constantly a wonder, constantly, connected to creativity, music, and has a very personal way of understanding things. So when I was in the age of, uh, I met a really powerful oracle when I was 29, 30, and she knew all things that I could do to reach wealth, to reach see numbers, have psychic, and that's how I met things about Kundalini. So she was guiding me to do things chemically to reach Kundalini. I always have party. I used to go to parties, take ecstasy and things like that. But she took me to a next level. How can I, anyway, anytime that I wanted, I can just leave it on and, the agreement and everything else. She showed me everything that was about to happen, but never happened because I was not really ready for it. Um, but everything that I could learn on that path until 11 months ago, I went for it. I did a very long, strong, I probably healed about 2,000 lives in shamanic treatments. I already had encounters. I already traveled dimensions. I had dreams when I was abducted, what they did with me, um, who I was before. I'm still going through the journey. I'm not in the correct place right now, but um, since I met her, I was doing chemical nonstop to reach a certain point, the wealth point, because you get ego connected and you open so many portals around you. Um, so 11 months ago, I had my Kundalini natural awaken. So when my soul contract starts serving, since this was like a complete nightmare because I come from a very dark bloodline. I even from this day on, I don't know if my mother is my Earth mother. That everything was mixed and messed up. I was in very toxic relationships with a lot of different people, and exactly from that point when my Kundalini awake, my mandala and everything else, I could start understanding things. I did chemical right after, but that was the path that I was going through. But I mean, I could see that Earth is open for all the beings that are already traveling here and visiting. I saw all the stations on the top, and I could see all the, the ships walking around. Um, so I had an incident, after my Kundalini awakening. I did chemical and opened a dark portal, and I had a lot of dark, coming to visit, and that I did clean it out right after. But even so, I went back to my mother. I don't know if you visited my mother home, and I saw in her house a being that was connected to me. It was like a person that was connected to me in a ship. But they took it off, and the guy said, "I have special plans for you." You know, the being extraterrestrial, "I have special plans for you." Um, and he took the other one all the way up. I really don't know yet 100% what it is. I have an insight. I have everything about it. From that point on, I was trapped in her home. She was using, was using that time, putting a lot of things in my stomach, like whatever, spiritual animal, dark wizards and whatever. She was putting on me. I fasted for many, many days. I prayed for many, many days on the street. Um, I had a calling. I went back home, but before that, they knew exactly the date that was going to happen. So I have an activation that I travel all the way back, and I came back with everything, computer. I don't really remember all things because they doped me, and I woke up in the hospital because actually it's just a pre-hospital to go to a psychiatric hospital. So I woke up right there, tied it up to a bed. I have no clue what's happening. I just was in completely overwhelmed, stressed. They're just lighting up my Kundalini constantly. I was like really thin and like my whole body, my vital force was like completely off. So I was guided to scream, and they took me to psychiatric hospital. I went to psychiatric hospital. I was interned there for about 7 days, but they couldn't find anything. So I was out. Everything was a theater that I did to get out. Um, and after went back her home, and after 2 days escape, I went to couple people that I knew it, and now I'm here, far away from everyone, isolated, and everything. I just prayed to have, I had one visit coming. They scanned my body and read my mind, but they went away. I prayed for my mothership, um, send a hello. I really had a high expectations that when I did my Star Orion Awakening, Starseed Orion Awakening, I would have, a call, have anything like that. But I understand that we are fast and self learners, and I understand the path that I am. I really expect with this video that any race, Lyran's, um, I know the Lyran's ships are coming down. Any help that can be given because I want to serve. I have been doing a lot of incorrectly, eating correctly. I try fasting, but my body's craving for everything that I'm purging and craving for a lot of things. So my Star Seed Awakening was very powerful because I have everything like I went all the way back and it went all the way down. I had the talk with the being in the ship and said, stay there, and I was completely, guided mentally for other beings, and here I am. I'm safe, but I'm still wanting. I want to serve. I'm asking for help, divine intervention. Um, this is a starseed awakening. I believe that I'm the first Orion to really come out and say anything, and I'm here. Hopefully, you see this, and everybody who sees this make contact. Orion Starseeds are probably um, the strongest awakening because we're very ancient and as I heard the originals. So I looked at the I looked at the clock was 9:11. So the other one was 8:11. I have been, receiving the downloads. I have been seeing the numbers. I have seen the activations. A lot of things are about to happen, but I'm completely unaware. I'm still, my body is very weak, and I cannot. I had insight, but it's not as strong as before. I'm eating chlorella, spirulina. I'm eating everything healthy. Sometimes yes, sometimes no. I just do what my body wants it. Um, I just wanted to be guided to the best. Um, just if you, Orion, get this recording, just know that you're not alone. I know that I should be here doing a lot of videos, and I would do. We have a lot of. You need to go over to the Vedist side. Ganesh, Shiva, uh, all that masters. You should go over to that side. Listen a lot of mantras, meditating. I have a lot of meditations on my channel here, my personal one. We're sound healers personally, so our aura is different. We have a Christ energy. On this awakening, they activate my Kundalini so much that I exploded in a Christ grid energy, and I saved the whole town. So I'm really here for whatever you need. We can exchange energy. Um, this path, Earth is not in an easy transition because there's a lot of darkness to get where we are, but every one of us will be good. It's just a tough phase. Soon everything, like Thanos, will be slide off. And thank you for coming here and watching. Know that we are